Game on here, a three-time world champ in the water already. The crowd in full voice as he ran down those images you saw just before, taking on Seth Moniz. And this will be no easy heat for Gabriel. Seth has got firepower weaponry in the air, Jesse.
Yes, and what's interesting as we speak right now, it's straight on shore, so that's kind of pretty fair for both guys trying to boost on their forehand. So there's not really an advantage for any of them. So yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Let's pick up the live here. Medina having a paddle, looking at a right-hander. There's the wide stance, projecting down the line, looking for a ramp or a lip to take on. Seth having a paddle here. We'll see that peak stand up from above, and he goes into a late drop and tries to pull in. Let's see if he'll go the one behind. He's paddling wide to reposition. He'll swing it. Here's Medina again on the backhand. The late drop gives you an idea of the size and the energy out there. Has to be patient off the bottom. Puts it up easy as you like with the floats. And then a snap on the backhand with some tail release as well. And the crowd like it.
Not quite the crowd we had yesterday, as we're on a Monday here, Monday afternoon, but it is happy hour, getting to that point of the day, so we'll probably see some more folks down here, but definitely a very vocal crowd, especially for this band in the red.
As we see here, he was a little bit late to the party, took off a little late, but he was able to swing around and do that floater, and right there, look how much speed he generates on the bottom turn. Just really gave him time to open up and finish strong, so that was a great start for Gabriel on that wave.
Tough wave to ride, right? I can see how he had to pump the bottom turn and actually hop to get around it, and then the float, but that projection was able to gain a lot of speed to be able to finish that move there. And that's just a great technique from Gabriel Medina. He can just do it. Even
though he surfed very well, he was kind of a little late, and he probably had a little bit more scoring opportunity on that wave.
It's interesting to think about the angle of our surfers as they paddle in, not really able to aim down the line. They've got to go drop straight down the wave first on these steeper walls. Here's Seth Moniz, tags it hard, and then recovers with a couple of pumps next to a whitewater section. He'll just stick with this, see if he can get a little finish on the inside, which he does. So a good hit out the back from him, a smaller section inside. We do have the Red Bull jet ski assist because it is still pretty solid out there. Let's get a look.
Nice first section here. Seems like that was a better maneuver, the very first maneuver. Doesn't really get a second one. I mean, here it kind of taps the whitewater, so in comparison to the 4.33, very similar. I feel like they're going to be pretty similar scores. You know, one judge will probably go one. You know, it feels like it's just going to be a mid-4. Hopefully, it doesn't count at the end of this one.
Yeah, I thought it was impressive though the way he was actually able right there when he landed that turn. The section was so far ahead of him, and he just kind of stays very low to his board and let the board glide through that whitewash.
I'm always like a butterfly floating around the athlete zone just to bring you the juicy information. I was talking to Medina. He arrived really early this morning. The sun wasn't even out too, and he surfed with Italu. And during our break, he went back home. He took a nap, and he felt pretty pumped to go in the water right now.
Let's check the replay of the last wave from Gabriel.
Beautiful hook on the top there, right? And then again, combination of major moves. That's going to be the best number of the heat by far, and gets a third, drifting a little bit. No completion there, so the credit will be due to those first two turns. But I would say those were powerful. Look at this one, Jess.
Yeah, that was great. Right in the pocket, right in the money right there, and just straight into the second one. So didn't have to pump or anything, just straight driving through his fins and his rails. And right there, unfortunately, he ended up getting stuck, but the damage was already done.
At 6.33 from the panel, Seth Moniz just gliding over the top of one as he looked for a big section with some lip, and he'll just kick out. Meanwhile, all right, this one's fired up now. Medina. Little check turn to start off with, and then he'll go try and pull in. So let's get a look at the last wave of Seth, Jesse.
Yes, let's have a look on that one. Nice opening turn right there. It looked like he found a nice clean wave and just finishing very strong. That was very cool, and maybe a little extra. Yeah, more of a fun climb, but the damage was done on this first two turns.
Looking at this again, okay, backhand, a little different, but very similar style wave that Gabriel Medina had earlier. You know, big two-turn combo. You know, in relation to the speed, I mean, just trying to find the subtle differences. It feels like a little stronger and faster out of Gabriel Medina, so he might have the slight edge there.
Oh, Gabriel up and riding right now.
Medina on a left here in the pocket, stinging snap with a ton of spray, little wrapping hook from him. And coming onto an inside, he'll find a little section and he'll just throw out the tail above the lip and collect again. So not a massive boost on the inside from Gabriel, just taking any opportunity comes his way.
Yes, that was a great snap for Gabriel. Nice release and just very good flow in between those sections right here. Like you said, it wasn't that big of a boost, but that was definitely a finish with an exclamation point. And he could have done maybe a little carve snap, but he did throw the tail. And as you see right here, just pushing the back foot, driving through the turn and straight into a nice kind of carve and finishing off pretty strong.
Yeah, just creative, right? I mean, using the backwash, just doing something a little funky, just to add to it. It kind of leaves you with a good taste in your mouth. That just layback hook, just straight up vertical approach into it. Not much on the second maneuver there, just more of a transition cut back. Like you mentioned here, this little using the backwash, riding backwards, being creative. We love it.
Actually got almost a longer rotation than he did, a little bit faster than he did, and his body was stuck, and Gabriel kind of was asking for his priority back.
Here goes Seth on the backhand. It's a closeout, so just a quick look at it and he'll dip out. Gabriel gets fired.
And sometimes it feels good, and your friend's like, hey dude, that thing looks good. So.
And the other way around as well, right? Sometimes it feels like it doesn't feel good.
It's not been a classic thus far between these two. 7 minutes and 15 remaining. Here goes Medina. His best score, a 6.33. Just hits it over the foam.
There we go.
Wow, really nice. Does he hang on? He does. And so smooth through that rotation with the speed. Makes it look easy. An exciting maneuver. The crowd love it, Jesse.
The wave didn't have that much opportunity, and as you see right here, his bottom turn just aiming it all the way down, projecting that first turn, just getting speed and just launching right there. Back foot moved all the way to the front, almost laid back a little bit, looked like he lost control of it, but he came out pretty clean.
I love the rail engagement too, right? It was up and over, straight into a bottom turn to air, right? And that's, the judges eat that stuff up. If you're not pumping for speed in between maneuvers, they're gonna just swallow it up and throw out sevens. That's where I'm going with this one at least.
Yeah, that was great flow from him, and that's something that Gabriel's amazing of it.
Nitpick, that part right there, the layback. You know, that's like in snowboarding or skating, you know, putting your hand down.
Looking for a 6.17.
And just to justify that, though, I think that the judges did take that thought of, you know, the fact they laid back and didn't pull it clean.
Medina on the backhand, big whipping hanger. Look at that spray. And Medina looking for a finish on the inside. The second turn was venom. And he'll just bring this one all the way in.
Wasn't he just on the inside waving for a ski? How the heck did that happen?
That was incredible. Those guys are capable of doing those magics.
That was crazy. He literally jumped off the ski and then just jumped into a wave.
Multiple waves from under priority. Let's have a look, Jesse.
Nice floater right there. And as we speak, just a lot of drive throughout those bottom turns and just not even having to pump or anything. Just going rail to rail, able to stick that very big second turn. And right here, just trying to go through this little flat section and finish it off pretty strong right there.
He's one of the best at having kind of that mid-face bottom turn that jumps up on the lip. So he actually creates a maneuver, but it actually gives him speed to go into this section here. He literally jumped up for floater, but that's that extra using gravity to get you down into the bottom turn and then just straight up hook. Like he does that so many times on the back end where he's able to just get the floater going, and it's actually a speed move.
Score in for that was his 10th wave. It's a 6.43, the busy approach.
And even though you have the right of way for anything, it just bothers the heck out of you when you're in the heat.
Medina will keep swinging here on the backhand. Gabriel off the bottom, clips one with speed, gets a little caught, and that takes his speed away, and that wave will also just diminish before him.
So yeah, 2 options there for him in my mind right now.
What he doesn't have is loads of time. Final minute now as we watch Gabriel on a left, drops in off the bottom, bang, and goes with another rotation again. It's really smooth at speed. It's collected beautifully. And then he just repositions for a clip off the top as well. Gabriel, well, he's got the bit between his teeth here. And this is what he'll do. And he'll get absolutely mobbed back on the beach. He's out of the round of 32, and we feel like he's only really just getting started in this event. Loads more to come from Gabriel Medina. He'll be delighted with the win, though. Disappointment for Seth Moniz. Gabriel Medina, after 40 minutes of entertaining the crowd at Super 2 Boss, he's through to the next round. More live action to bring you.